Hey everybody, I'm Yvonne with Back to Earth Creations and welcome to my craft room. Today I'm making a tulle tutu for a little bit of like an autumn fairy costume. I don't really know yet, but it's my first time in like 6 years making a costume for myself. So I was overwhelmed and was like, I need to start somewhere. And I have made tutus before, like for like petticoats and costume accessories and stuff. So I figured I'd just go ahead and hop back into it. Here I am using 8 spools of different colors of like autumn themed. The costume is going to be like an autumn dragon fairy steampunk thing. I don't know yet. It's starting with the tutu and we're going to flesh it out as it goes. But I did want to go with some of the autumn colors that I already had. And so I picked a few more greens up while we were at the store. And I'm going through with a rotary cutter and just cutting at like a 45-degree angle or so. And I'm cutting in 3 different lengths. So we have like a long, medium, and short. The long is like 3 feet, and then the medium is like 2.5 feet, and then the short is like 2 feet. So, or rough about there. And the bulk of the material is getting used up on the long portion because I wanted a high-low effect with the tutu to where it's shorter in the front and longer in the back. And now as I go through with the accent colors, which are the orange and the goldenrod yellow, I'm cutting them like short, medium, long, instead of with the colors that were for the long segment. I just cut them all at once. So I don't really know. It's crafter math. I'm just making it up as I'm going, hanging out with the cat a little bit. But this part took possibly the longest, but all the prep work here on the front end ensures that hopefully the rest of the project will go relatively smooth. And it's not hard, it's just repetitive and just trying to keep things organized so that it's not just a big mess of tulle all over the place. I really like doing the angled ends because it gives a very different effect on the tutu, like just the hem of it. But in the past, I've gotten pretty cool results with doing like a blunt end as well. I have officially cut the last bit of tulle into the pile with ye. So now we have the small pile, the medium pile, and the large pile, and the cat. Ember, 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 Ember. She not gonna look at me. She not gonna look at me. Ember, Ember. She's so deaf. She's like 19 years old, and I love her. Ember, Ember. Well, hey, pretty baby. So I'm trying something a little differently this time. In the past, I used a 1-inch wide elastic because I could just clamp it onto my metal ruler. But I'm going to try a 1.5 inch by 1.25 yard elastic this time, just because I'm a big girl. I like a nice wide waistband. I'm doing a little bit more crafter math here with trying to just figure out what distribution I should do of the colors, because I want it to be random but evenly random, like a well-distributed random color scheme. And even at this point in the project, I'm not entirely convinced that I'm going to be able to pull this off, but I'm going on faith, and just if there's a crafter, there's a way. So we're just going to keep putting the tool on and see where it goes, because sometimes I get really bogged up with like, but I want it to come out perfect. I want it to be a good use of my time and materials, and I don't want to screw it up, and I don't want it to be crappy. And whenever I get caught up in that line of thinking, I just don't even get started, which makes me very sad. So if you're experiencing that too, please take the advice that I hope I take from myself, and that's just get started. Just get started and get going. And sometimes for the first, like, I don't know, hour of the project, it's just brute forcing my way through my own like apprehensions and being like, no, by golly, we're gonna make a freaking tutu. So good luck to all of us. But here we go, we're going. So we have all of our tulle cut to the longest length already up on the yardstick. And y'all, this is gonna be voluminous. Volume. It's gonna be big. Ah. All right, so that's it in the back. I think, is this too much? Is this too much? Would it be better if I made it thinner and less exquisitely extravagant? Nah, we totally, let's go. Let's keep going. I have reached the stage in the project where we're hanging loosey-goosey off the end. I had to scooch all the material off the end, and then we still have all of this here that I'm going to be filling up with the smallest pieces of tulle. Progress on the tutu. I do like to take breaks just to come and look at it from the other side and see if I think it's still pretty, and I love it. And you can see here perhaps a little bit how the length of the tulle, this is the longer tulle, the shorter tulle here, yep, it's going to be real nice, maybe, we'll see. Is it recording? Oh, okay. Hey everybody, I've got some bits of the shortest parts of the tulle lined up because I was getting overwhelmed. I didn't know how I wanted the colors to be. And so now I've still got just this weird end protruding this away, and I'm just taking 2 pieces of the tulle, lark's head knotting it through, and then kind of loosely, because I want the elastic to be able to relax out and fill the void. I don't know if that's going to work, but having them prepped really makes me feel like I'm streamlining putting them on. I'm worried that they're going to be too short and that it's going to be indecent up in the front, but I might put on some cute like pantaloons underneath over my striped tights, so we'll see. So, yeah. Let me get just a few more. What do you think of that? Okay, y'all, so it's the tail end of this tutu. This is all I have left. So I've got it laying out before me here on the table. And I'm just trying to distribute the colors in a way that makes me happy. We did it, you guys! So you can kind of see here the length differences. So it's the longest here, and it's medium over here, but then it goes to like short, and I'm a little worried that the shortness is too short. But, oh well. So I've removed the binder clip off the end, and now I'm just scooching by like a handful at a time. To get it off of the ruler. Oh, here we go. Ah. All right, so now I gotta find a safety pin so I can pin the ends together. And then I can do the sizing, and we're gonna try it on. So I'm nervous. I hope I like it because it took all day and my butt hurts from sitting. Okay, so ignore the layers and ignore the big old gaping gap where I haven't secured the elastic yet, because I'm not gonna do that until like one of the final steps of the costume. But are you ready? It's my tutu. Waka waka waka. Oh my gosh, I just love it. It's a little perfect. I just love it. But yeah, the elastic will get hand sewn and sized correctly when it's all said and done. I love me a big floofy bustle. So It's not as long. Like, I'd hoped that it would, like, sit down a little more in the back, but I don't know, it's kind of perfect. Like, boing. Okay, so we'll see. I don't know. I'm digging it so far, but I'm gonna test wear it for the rest of the day. Along with, I've been test wearing my unpainted little foam ears, and that should be one of the next videos in this series coming out, because I'm going to try to figure out a way to cover up this hot glue in the back that's holding the wire in. But before I refined everything, I wanted to make sure that the concept itself was at the very least comfortable, and hopefully stable. And it's been doing all right. So stay tuned for the next video. We'll see you guys there. Sign up for our free newsletter so you never miss out. BackToEarthCreations.com. But yeah, bye guys. Mwah. Happy crafting. Alright, so after dancing around for a little bit, I have some thoughts. And it just needs a little bit of, it's a little much here in the back. But I want to trim some of these top ones. And let me get out of this thing and get it on a mannequin and we'll look at it together. But that way I can, I know you thought I said bye, the video was over. It's not, it was a lie. So what I feel like I should have done, because I love how here in the front, it's like you can really see that edge and the distinct colors and stuff. I'm going to go around and trim some of these top pieces to maintain this length. Just on like the top few layers, just to kind of show off, that there are in fact layers going on. Next time I make one of these, what I will do is whenever I put the pieces on, instead of having the ends laying like this, even with the loop in the middle, I'm gonna have the ends laying like this, with it like folded over, and that way they'll just innately be a little shorter on top and a little longer on bottom. I just don't quite feel up to, I don't know. I'm gonna take a break and think about it, because it would be a better use of my material to just undo it, and then redo it. Oh my goodness. It makes me tired just thinking about it. Whereas otherwise I might just come through and cut at like an angle. I don't know. I'm going to think about it and then we'll come back to it. Okay, so I was just standing here looking at this thinking that I'm not entirely happy with my tutu. But then I was like, well, you know, I'm not exactly not happy with it. You know, I'm proud of myself that I did it at all. And then check this out, you guys. Some of them glow in the dark. Or not in the black light. They go under a black light. If they glowed in the dark, I'd lose my dang old mind. But that's awesome. So yeah. Does anybody else have like unreasonable mood swings with their crafting projects? No? Okay. Good morning, you guys. It is a new day and I slept on it and I've decided I want to redo this tutu. So this is the perspective from the side, and I'm going to do some things and then I'm going to explain it to you, and hopefully we'll be able to see. I'm hoping it'll make a really big difference. Okay, y'all, so what I've got going on here is I've frogged it. I've pulled off all the tulle, but fortunately, one of the hard parts is over. Well, two of them. It's already all cut to length, and it's already all paired off into color distribution. So I'm going to be starting there and working my way through the different lengths. And what I'm doing is, instead of having both sets of tips or all of the tips more or less at the same length, I'm going to take them and they're going to be staggered. So I'd really like if, there we go. Do you see how it's a little more long here, short here? I just want to show off the layer, you know, because with everything, with them all being the same length, it's all just sitting so bulky at the ends. And so I want to add a little bit more length, but a little bit more texture of the layers. So that's what my hope is. And so wish me luck. We're going to do it, and we're going to see if it makes any difference at all. And if it doesn't, at least I tried. But if it does, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey guys, so the way that I've been doing it that I'm pretty pleased with so far is we just take our, if we pretend like we hadn't already made a tutu, initially I had been lining up all of the ends, but now I am significantly shortening because I want that little bit of like that layering coming down. And then we do the same lark's head knot where I feed the knot in from behind and I grab and pull through and we tighten it down. It really has served no benefit to go with the 1.5 wide elastic. I should have just gone with the 1 inch or found a wider piece of metal or, you know, plastic or something to do this on. So, but we've done the lark's head knot. I'm ignoring that it's bunching up the elastic, and these two shorter pieces I'm just orienting towards the front before scooching it down. And so this makes it so that there's a lot more of that like nice fluffy, the fluffiness has intensified. It's not all just like boom. It's more gradual, but this is going to make it to where there's an inside and an outside to the tutu. But time will tell. We'll go ahead and keep going through the remainder of the tutu tool, and then we'll lay it on the table and do a side-by-side comparison to how it was versus how it is, and hopefully it'll have been worth all the effort. So this is the tutu after doing the redistribution of the tips. And so you can see we have it needs like kind of fluffed a little bit. You always got to fluff your tutu just to get all these nice little tips out and all properly floofed. But by stacking the shorties up on top, it's given us a very distinct, it's so much better, you guys. Like, I'm so happy that I didn't, I've just flipped it over, but I'm so happy that I didn't just cut it, that I didn't just leave it as is. Sometimes it is totally worth it to just redo all the work. So this is the inside. So you can see we've got the nice long pieces all situated on the inner bit. And then here on the other side, we have just the floofiest, poofiest little tutu that could. I gotta put it on. I'm so excited. Okay, so picture it with like a cute off-the-shoulder chemise, a nice like underbust corset, and some striped like stockings or tights or something, and like just use your imagination real hard. But let's just look at the tutu and see what we think. Oh my goodness gracious. What do you think, honey? Is it better? Much better. Bam. So got the good. Yeah? Yeah. So this is how the tutu accessorizes, and it is certainly the most fluffy and amazing fairy tutu I have ever worn. It completely transforms an outfit. Now, if I were to wear this underneath like a tunic top or something, it doesn't need an overshirt that's very long because you don't want to cover up all that fabulous tutu-ness. And it's just, oh, it's phenomenal, and it layers so well with corsets, with other dresses, either over them or under them, with your little belt for everything that you need at the Ren Fair or Walmart or wherever it is that you're going out and about. I really like this pocket that's super deep because that's where I can fit my phone. And then my chapstick and or money just right there. Chapstick. Ooh. Chapstick break. They're a lot of fun, you guys. And what's more, because I don't even know what that was, but we'll figure that out later. I want to test out. I have not tested yet to see how well, that was the most perfect swirl that's ever happened in my whole life. I'll take it. I want to see how well it works with my poi, you guys. So we're going to test this. We're going to test it fresh out the gate. Here we go. It seems to be working out pretty well. Let's try. The ceiling's not as high as I want it to be in here, but that's okay. It seems to be koi friendly, you guys. Okay, so this was how I made this tutu and how it works. It's my new favorite way, you guys. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions, comments, or ideas. And let me know, would you wear a tutu like this? Because I would every day. 100%. Are you kidding me? I need to go outside and just sit with the flowers and be my fabulous self and just say hi and bye to the clouds as they wander by. This is what that outfit is for me. So, but Ren Fair, truly, fairy festivals. Would you wear this to a music festival? Where would you wear this? Okay, I'll talk to you guys in the comments. Be sure to sign up for our free newsletter at backtoearthcreations.com if you would like to frolic with us, basically, and just, like, we've been releasing tutorials on, each of these different pieces that I'm wearing. We've got tutorials for, and I'd like to keep shaping as we move forward. More of our videos will be, instead of just like a standalone tutorial, it will be a standalone tutorial, but it'll also be part of a whole outfit, because it has been too long, you guys. I don't think I made a new outfit for myself since like 2018, like whenever it was that we did our Spyro. Like Capricorn and Spyro were my last ones that I made, like full outfits. And I had completely missed, because Randy was like, you're like the tooth fairy, and I was like, and he's like, a dragon tooth fairy, and I was like so it's so fun to be having so much fun. It's been a real pleasure to get to share that with you guys, and I'll see you in our next video. So until then, happy crafting. Mwah. Bye.